Okay, so in Pennsylvania, this is Samantha with William Penn Insurance, and I write business in Pennsylvania, Texas, Louisiana, and Maryland. Okay, so in Pennsylvania, there is a minimum requirement of property damage of $5,000 on an automobile policy, which means that you can purchase insurance and have $5,000 in property damage of coverage for liability. So if you were to hit someone else, we would pay up to $5,000 in property damage liability. That's the state minimum, which is actually very insane to carry $5,000 in state minimum coverage, okay? And I'll explain to you why. So maybe you want $5,000 because you think you're going to save money, okay? But if you were to cause an accident and you were to hit someone else and total their vehicle, what's the likelihood that the vehicle would be worth $5,000 or less? Not very likely. How much is your vehicle worth? Is it worth more than $5,000? Is it worth more than $10,000? So imagine if you have a vehicle maybe worth $25,000 and you were hit by someone who only had $5,000 worth of coverage on their vehicle. That would mean, where would the other $20,000 come from to pay for the damages to your vehicle? You probably have to pay it out of your own pocket if you carry comprehensive and collision coverages, or out of your own policy, I'll say. That's why it's very important to try to get higher limits of liability. That way you can cover a majority of the vehicles that are on the road if something were to happen. We recommend to at least get $50,000 in property damage, because $50,000 should take care of the majority of the vehicles that are on the road. Though you do know that there are more vehicles that are worth more than $50,000 as well. So $100,000 is a great number to make sure you cover every vehicle that's on the road that you might encounter with. It's a possibility that you might hit more than one vehicle in a said accident, and then $100,000 might not be worth it, might not be enough to cover. Always think about how much money you're spending on insurance to have lower limits of liability versus higher limits of liability. If you want us to look over your policy and give you some advice on why you shouldn't be carrying $5,000 in property damage, give us a call, okay? 717-900-8658, 717-900-8658. Take a look at our website too. Thanks.